I just wanted to be sure that I didn't jump the gun and outline all the issues of the order paper to you without giving an opportunity for the secretary to read the matters. I'm told that in terms of tradition, this is how it should happen. Matters are not read by the secretary. So the next step then in this process is for us to proceed to the election of the office bearers, namely the House chairperson for committees, House chairperson oversight and institutional support, and then proceed to the program and whip. I will first call for a nomination and then a seconder to the nomination. There will now be an opportunity for nominations for the House chairpersons of committees. Are there any nominations? Honorable member.
I don't know, okay. Thank you, Chair. Eastern Cape nominate Jomo Nyambi as House chairperson. Thank you.
Jomo Nyambi has been nominated. Is there any second? Honorable member. Please proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Mpumalanga, second the nomination of Honorable Nyambi.
Mpumalanga seconds. That being the case, we should then try and find out if Honorable Nyambi accepts the nomination.
I humbly accept the nomination, Chairperson.
Nomination accepted. Other members. That being the case, can we find out if there's any other nomination? There being no other nomination, we shall move on to declare then that Jomo Nyambi becomes the House chairperson for committees. We will then move on and find out if there's any nomination for the House chairperson oversight and institutional support. And then I'm then looking forward and how we should proceed. We'll then call upon any nominations. Are there any nominations? If there are, can we have a hand? Yes. Landsman?
Good day, colleagues. Eric Landsman, Northwest, hereby nominate Winnie Ngwenya from Gauteng.
Can you just repeat that again? Louder.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Eric Landsman, Northwest WUP, hereby nominate Honorable Winnie Ngwenya from Gauteng.
Winnie Ngwenya has been nominated. Is there any second? Yes. Yeah, the sound system.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. On behalf of the Free State, we support Honorable Ngwenya as the House Chairperson. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Ngwenya has been seconded Gauteng. Can you find out from Honorable Ngwenya if she is available for this position?
Thank you, Chairperson. I am.
Honorable Ngwenya accepts the nomination. That being the case, can we find out if there's any other nomination? Any other nomination? There being no other nomination, I will then declare Honorable Ngwenya as elected as the chairperson of the committee. Thank you very much. Let's then move over to the question of the programming whip. I will do the same, call for nomination, and then a seconder. Can you find out if there's any nomination? Yes. Member?
Thank you, Chairperson. I, Pindile Mola from Pumalanga, nominate Honorable Njandu to be the programming whip. I thank you.
There's the nomination. Is there any seconder? Yes. Honorable Member.
Kenny Muimang from Northern Cape, Tiatlata, Murilastulo.
Thank you very much. Lots more. We should then move on and find out if the honorable member accepts the nomination. Brian.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairperson. I humbly accept.
The member accepts nomination. That being the case, can we find out if there's any other nomination? No other nomination. That being the case, I then declare that the member has been accordingly elected. The next item is an item that members should assist us to deal with. And this is a question that relates to the rules. Now, in order for us to do the work that we're supposed to do in this council of provinces, we do need to have the rules in place. This does not disadvantage members in any way whatsoever. Once we have dealt with this matter, there will be space and an opportunity for members to amend, to remove part of the rules, to add on the rules, so that indeed going forward we are on a sound footing. But a prerequisite for that is that we must have the rules in place in order for us to do and to handle the business, all the business that will be put in front of us. So, honorable members, I therefore put the question: are the rules yeah, sorry. Maybe what I should do, having introduced the issue, is to call on the secretary to read the order of the day.
Adoption of the rules of the National Council of Provinces.
Chair, I'm not so sure what is going on now. We didn't vote on any of the members that was proposed. Aren't we supposed to vote in the members? They cannot just be proposed. We should have voted per province. Did I miss that? Before we go into the rules. Sorry.
Honorable member, if I may just clarify that so that we move on. Members were nominated, or the names were nominated, duly seconded, and the members did indicate the acceptance of nomination. We then went on to try and find out if there was any other nominations. There were no other nominations. And the members were declared then duly elected. So that I guess is standard. But there may be some wisdom that you want to give to the House.
I raise on a point of order. Any question in the NCOP needs to be addressed by a vote. Whether that is one province not voting for it or all against it, we cannot just interpret the rules the way we want it. A person is being elected. Election means a vote has to take place, whether there's an opposition vote or not. Whether the question, there are two questions. The one question is, did another party put another person? No, another party didn't put another person. The other question is, does all the provinces vote and agree? No, all the provinces does not agree. So therefore, a vote has to be carried. Thank you.
Honorable member? Yes, honorable member.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. I think we are in the process of conducting business of Parliament in a serious manner. And if we are to do that, logic will also have to help us in the process. Because if there were any contending views, we would have picked them up with people raising counter nominations. The fact that there were no counter nominations means that the people seated in this House agree unanimously on the names that are there. If anyone has got an issue, even if they have not elected or appointed, they would have raised those matters so that they can be put on record. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, let's hear the point of order.
I thought when this honorable member was standing on a point of order, he was going to give clarity or a way forward. But now he's confusing things even more. He must not take it that because we did not participate, it means we agree. No. Maybe I should make it on record that the EFF abstained. Abstained. Thank you.
Inyambos. No, let's just open it just slightly. Honorable members, I'm just going to allow 2 members to speak, and thereafter I'll make a ruling. Yes, Yambus. Just please speak to the mic and speak to the mic.
All right. No, thanks, Chair. I hear what the member she's raising. But the issue, Chair, she should have raised that when we're starting the nomination from the start. So if now, at the end of the process, then start to challenge this nomination, that's where the member, I felt, Chair, that she's wrong. Therefore, we propose, Chair, that let's go forward with what we are discussing, because if he had any objection, she should have raised it on the first name when you start doing this process. Election, it goes like that, Chair. You can't challenge it at the end of the process. That is my point.
The DA wants to comment as well. Okay.
I was elected, Chair. I've got every right to do so. Puts forward logic as a basis of his argument. Now, let's be clear. This is not a branch meeting. This is not a branch meeting, Chair. We don't allow logic to govern this kind of a setting. It has to be rules. Your responsibility, Chairperson, is to apply the rules to the latter. Now, the second part, that Honorable Lapuskachne should have raised the issue at first. It is not her responsibility to apply the rules. 2 wrongs do not make a right. The fact that she did not rise initially does not actually nullify the point she made. And therefore, Chairperson, my plea to you, logic aside, apply the rules. Thank you.
Honorable members, can I make a plea, honorable members? A plea really is that we should apply the rules, and anyone else who want to say that there's been a flaw in the process must use the rule as a basis. In other words, please point us to where the rules say we shouldn't have handled the matters the way we have. Is there anyone else who can point us to the specific rules that says that we shouldn't have gone with the process the way we've done?
Honorable Chairperson, through you, I just want to say, in Chapter 2, Rule 6, election of chairperson and deputy chairpersons, whenever it is necessary to elect a chairperson or a deputy chairperson of the council, the secretary must inform the council of that fact, and the council must summarily or at a, time announced by the secretary proceed to elect according to the section 64, Part A of the Schedule 3. Now, I just want to say the following. The rule also says, any question in the NCOP that's put before the NCOP, we have to make a decision. This is a question, and I clearly stated it. First of all, there was the nominations. There was no question raised about that. Another person was not nominated. Therefore, nobody raised on that. Then the question should be put before the House. The House has to accept. The minutes must reveal that the House voted on this because it's an elected person according to the rules. The question should be put. We should say yay or nay. And then we should proceed. So only when the question is put to the House, when we're busy with other things, with reports and legislations, only at that point the chairperson would say, it's now time for provinces to raise their declarations to declare whether they agree or not. And then you raise and you put your point forward. So I put up my hand at the right moment to say we didn't vote according to that. What would it take for this council to do the correct thing? We don't need to fight. It's not a fight. The people will be elected. We all know they will be elected. Let us just do the right thing right from the beginning. And don't look like people that don't know what they are doing. That's all I'm asking for, to be professional, to be portrayed that we're following the rules that we have. Thank you.
Let's have Landsman making a comment in Khai. After that, I'll try and make a ruling. Okay. Landsman, then Khai.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Chair, I believe in the wisdom of the Secretary, who is also advocate, and I believe the advice he has given you, it's fair. I am not saying that we must not follow procedures. If the Secretary, which is an advocate and knows the rules, says what we have done so far is according to procedure, I believe you can continue. And the same rule my colleague was just clearing. There's a clause, it says if necessary. So by virtue of the process you have followed, when you opened it for all of us to say any other person, you gave it back to the House and the House kept quiet. The House was given a chance by the chairperson. So based on those facts, it's not of perception, it's a fact that happened today. You gave us to say any other name from the House, we all kept quiet. Chair, there's nothing more. After your advice from the Chair Secretary, please take a ruling.
Aye.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Chairperson, it's not the first time that we were electing in this House. On the 23rd of May, we elected the presiding officers, the chairperson, the deputy chairperson, and the council whip. We used the same procedure that we are using today. And that procedure that we used on the 23rd was never questioned. So this process should be treated the same way that we treated the nomination of the chairperson of council, the deputy chair of council, and the whip of council. The same procedure that was used should be used on this one as well. So I would like to request, Chair, that we should go to the order of the day, because we've already dealt with all these three positions. They were nominated, seconded, none of the three positions, we had a counter nominations for them. So the procedure that has been used is the same procedure that was used on the 23rd of May when we electing the chairperson, the deputy chairperson, and the chief whip of the council. Thank you very much.
I guess that, honorable members, should really settle the matter. We've undergone the election process on the first day of the sitting of the NCOP. And exactly the same procedure was followed. There's therefore no need to go back and to redo the process. That being the case, I'm making the ruling that we should proceed to the next item. Thank you very much. The next item is the item on the rules of the National Council of Provinces. I've given an explanation that in order for us to proceed with the business in front of us, we do need to have the rules in place. As there is no no speakers list, I shall now put the question that the rules be adopted. Are there any comments, members, perhaps, before we go ahead? Yes. At the back here.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of the NCOP. I just want that rule that says EFF members must be beaten in this house. That's the main reason you are dealing with rules today. Others are just by the way. But the main reason today, it must be put on record that is because you want to legally beat us, because you've been beating us illegally. So it's okay. Continue. We're not part of it. We are abstaining again. Thank you.
Please proceed.
Honorable Chairperson, I just would like to know which edition of the rules are we adopting? Are we adopting the standing rules, the 9th edition of March 2008? Do we adopt the existing rules?
Yeah, the rules, colleagues and honorable members, are the ones that were used at the induction. And every member got a copy. And on the front page of these rules, it says 9th edition, March 2008. Can you proceed, members? Yeah. So, yes, no, thank you very much. Thank you very much, members. We shall now proceed to the voting on the question. Heads of delegation will vote by indicating whether they vote in favor, against, or abstain. I now call upon the provinces in the alphabetical order to indicate their vote. Eastern Cape.
Honorable Chair, Eastern Cape rises to vote in favor of the rules. Thank you.
Favor. Thank you very much. The Free State.
Thanks, Chairperson. The province of Free State vote in favor of the rules. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Gauteng.
Gauteng moves to adopt the rules.
Gauteng votes in favor. KwaZulu-Natal.
Thanks, Chair. KwaZulu-Natal ruled in favor. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Limpopo.
Thank you, Chairperson. Limpopo votes in favor of the rules.
Thank you very much. Mpumalanga.
Chairperson, Mpumalanga votes in favor.
Thank you very much. Northern Cape.
Chairperson, I thank you. Northern Cape vote in favor. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Northwest. North Lawana.
Thank you, Chairperson.
But it's you, yes.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Northwest,
Northwest support and vote in favor. Thank you.
Western Cape.
The Western Cape support and vote in favor.
Support. Western Cape supports. Thank you very much. The question is accordingly approved and adopted. Thank you very much, members. This brings us to the conclusion of all of these matters. And yeah, okay, just before we close, yeah. Honorable member.
There we go. Thank you, Chair. Chair, now that the rules have been adopted, I note that we were given a copy in a binder like this at the induction.
That is noted. I'm sure it can be facilitated. Why don't you, Chief Whip?
The Chief Whip just want us to remind members to sign the slip, please.
Please sign the attendance slip. Yes, Brian.
Does not. Thanks, Chairperson. Che Guevara says that true revolutionary is driven by a true feeling of love. As the most revolutionary, militant, radical, progressive force of the left, the African National Congress in the province of Free State wish to congratulate all the chairpersons and the program whip that were elected today. We wish that the elected chairpersons and the programming whip will serve this house with diligence and honor. Thank you very much, Chairperson. Thanks.
Yeah. Now, as we move towards concluding, yeah.
Siwe gore a ke ka re dira complimentary messages. All parties must be told. It must not be only the ANC that stands up and make a statement here. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chair. It's a humbling experience for honorable members to give us the responsibility once again to lead the committees and oversight. As we are aware that committees are an engine of parliament work. What is happening here at plenary, it's everything that is coming from committees. So we're looking forward to working with dedication, discipline, commitment from the members. I promise that at all times, efficiency and discipline, and making sure that we treat all committees and expect them to attend their meetings. 5 years, it's long, it's not long. As long as we prioritize and make sure that the provinces that we are representing will be proud of what we are doing. So we're looking forward to a fruitful 5 years that will make the people that made us to be here to be proud of our contribution in making South Africa to be a better place. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Chairperson Oversight and institutional support.
Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Deputy Chairperson, Honorable Chief Whip, Honorable members, and special delegate present, ladies and gentlemen, it is with a great sense of appreciation and pride that I accept my appointment as the House Chairperson of this esteemed House. It is a huge privilege and honor and a great responsibility to take on this task, and I will strive to do it with everything I have to the best of my ability for my party and my country. I hope and I believe and pray to God that my best is enough to help this House to execute its mandate. I have been advised, and dare I say have seen through programs such as Taking Parliament to the People and Province Week, that this House is a house of action. I therefore want to affirm that in line with this, I will be a House Chairperson of action who talks less and does more. Of course, this will be as part of the collective leadership of the presiding under the leadership of the NCOP chairperson, Honorable Amos Masondo. I therefore wanted to thank organization, the ANC, and my province, Gauteng province, for having first sent to me to be a permanent delegate in this huge house of parliament, and secondly, for best owing me with the responsibility of being one of the house chairperson of this house. I want to promise both my organization and province that I will not disappoint. I want them at the end, babone uguti abazisoli ngomsebenzi ngokungikhetha ukuthi ngenze lo msebenzi. But kukho konke lokhu, chairperson, is going to happen provided siyasebenzisana namalunga eParlamente kulendlu. Therefore, I want to call all honorable members to cooperate and support me. I'm here to save them, and I can only execute my responsibility with the help and cooperation. I want also thank all stakeholders, and I'm looking forward to a full relationship.
I'm sure the members
with all
knew
of
it was
them.
closing.
Thank you,
yeah.
Chair.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We will then move over to the programming whip. Brian.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Let me use this opportunity first to thank the members for the confidence they are having in me. Programs of committees are very important, and therefore, for us working together to ensure that proper coordination, effective and efficient implementation. Therefore, I think and I will give my full commitment to make sure that the business of the day is executed. Thank you very much.
Do the parties also wish to make comments? No. So everybody's happy. No. Thank you very much. Just a reminder, Select Committee on Land Reform reconvenes immediately after the House adjourns. And this is the message that's very, very important that comes from the Chief Whip. That being the case, honorable members, at this point, we conclude the business of the day, and members are requested to remain standing until the procession has left the house. Thank you very much.